We're pleased to announce the most valuable player for the Outback Bowl is Armand Black from the University of Florida with 6 tackles, 2 interceptions, 129 yards, and a run back of 80 yards for a touchdown. Congratulations.
I just told my team when I walked in the locker room, I appreciate him for everything. Most importantly, I thank Coach Mine for everything, on the field, off the field. Without him, a lot of this wouldn't be possible. So, just thank you, and it feels great to come out on top.
I think that's rather appropriate that Armand Black, the best safety in college football, won that award. A lot of people to thank. Obviously, I want to acknowledge Penn State. That was a tough group. The defensive line, our guys told me, was as tough as physical as we've had to go against all year. So, obviously, Joe Paterno, the finest coach in college football history. And the Penn State University, that was a classy game. That was 2 teams going as hard as they possibly can, not a bunch of nonsense going on. Just playing hard, and it was an honor to coach in that game. I asked these players, one of my dear friends, Ian Lockwood, 2 years ago I met Ian, or about a year and a half ago, and the young man, his love and passion for football is second to none. And we became very good friends. He had football taken away from him, and I asked his team, he's been with our team a bunch, we spent a lot of time together, his family stays with us, and I asked these guys to do whatever we possibly could do to get a game ball to Ian Lockwood, and that meant you have to go 4 quarters as hard as you possibly can and find a way to bring that ball and brighten someone's day. So I would like to ask Ian Lockwood to come up here. I'm going to present him with a game ball and ask him to say a few words. Ian Lockwood. Ian, on behalf of Armand Black, our captain, our seniors, the University of Florida football team, University of Florida as an institution, I'd like to present this game ball to you. We told you we'd do everything we possibly could to make this day a little better, to find a way. What was our sole purpose of winning that game was to find a way to get this game ball. It's an actual game ball, and Armand Black intercepted in return. And I'd like to have Armand Black hand it to you and say congratulations.
I met Ian, right around the same time Coach did, so, he means just as much to me as he do to Coach. So, that was our golden objective to win the game, for Ian. So, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it means a lot to me. Coming in, Shane, Chickens, kids always been from the beginning. But, football is definitely a life to me. Good on my son. Florida has that she missed plays, fortunately. We never need it. My team back at home, I got to play 6 games my senior season. I had to come short. I won the brain surgery. Thanks to the success of these guys. It's pretty good. Thanks, Coach.
I'll answer the questions for you.
Coach, you got 86 yards at halftime. You get 120 in the third quarter. Can you give us a little synopsis of your halftime speech?
Yeah, we halftime speech. None of us. Nice. Our goal was to get to the second level somehow, and they were doing a very good job. Whenever you have to month or whatever it was, 3 weeks to defend or prepare. Penn State did a heck of a job. They made some adjustments on their defense. They did some stuff they had to show, but we knew when they would do that. And Coach Donovan did a heck of a job. And Jordan Reed's a hell of a player. Jordan Reed did a great job moving that offense. We did up tempo. I think they wore out a little bit because we kept possession time. I haven't seen that yet, but I think possession time was substantial for the Gators in that second half. And you could see them start to give a little bit. So, and our defense was hanging in their whole game. We were awful in the first half on offense, but we came back with special teams, and in the second half, our offense played very good.
Coach, you talked about your letter to Joe Paterno at the luncheon the other day. Talk about what it means to you to be able to coach against him in your final game as a coach of the Gators.
Well, I've said that's been the story all week, and it's all true. And I think the admiration for the man, and he will go down as the greatest football coach in the history of the game, and he should. And every young coach, in my opinion, take a lesson from him, not some of this other stuff going on. But if I ever start a coaching school, I'm going to make everybody do a book report on Joe Paterno, and that's the way you should act in coaching, because that's college football. And it's also the way players should take from guys like him. And I just don't want to lose that, man. I don't want to lose what college football is. That was college football out there today.
Early, you talked about, you talked about standing there in the corner of the end zone, thinking the alma mater, like something last time, with Kelly,
Yeah, my wife started crying, so she chipped me up a little bit. She, obviously you can see what she's wearing, and all the kids, they love Florida. We've given 6 years, 6 equals about 40 years of your life in Florida, and we couldn't have dreamed of doing it anywhere else, because this is our place, we love it. And to sing that fight song last time, and go salute the band, we have the best band in the country, and shake hands with our instructor, our band director, that was real special. Ahmad Black is one of my closest friends. I can call him a friend now because he's not my player. He's family. Ahmad Black was not the Ahmad Black when we got him 4 years ago. Ahmad Black has turned into a grown man. A grown man that's going to pay taxes someday. A grown man that's going to have a family someday. He's going to be a great father, a great husband, because Ahmad Black is a grown man now. And he's got a great family. But he also, his relationship with Chuck Heater, and I made a comment about that, if it's done right, your player-coach relationship is second only that of your family, and he can attest to that, saying Ahmad Black wasn't what he was when we got him. And now that he's leaving here, he's everything and more. So, very proud of him.
For the next question, we have some Florida and Penn State players in the player room across the hall. For anybody who wants to talk to them, Pat and Hines now seeing the player there now.
I'm sorry?
Went down with injury, came back, went down again.
Oh, that's Ahmad Black, though. I knew he wasn't out. He missed one punt formation. We almost got a block, so I was really angry with him. I was going to cut him out of the will. But he's back at it, so all right. My gosh. Jeremy Brown went down. At one point, Cody Riggs went down. We're playing with Jalen Watkins and Moses Jenkins, I believe, in corner. Is that correct? And I was even looking at some of our receivers thinking we might have to stick one of those guys in it. And Matt Elam went down with a hamstring, and we had to move a guy that hadn't got reps all year at strong safety, so we were a mess there for a little bit, but they hung in there, and Coach Heater and Coach Austin did a great job hanging in there. And when Ahmad Black came back, we were fine.
Urban, what will decide if and when you coach again?
Oh, I'm not worried about that. Probably that gal over there to the left of me. I just love college football, and I'll figure around it.
As you come as full piece with this, or when do you think this will all hit?
I'm a full piece because I saw a bunch of smiles in that locker room. Locker rooms really aren't very much fun when it's not smiling and pain in your stomach and your chest and everything else, and there was a lot of fun in there. A lot of fun. It was great to give the game ball to Ian. It was also great to see the smiles on the seniors as they walk out. That group of seniors, I know this year was not a good year. However, those guys that leave here is one of the best group of seniors ever played for them. Well, Chuck Heater, this is the 4th job we've worked together, Chuck Heater and I, and he just told me he loved me and gave me a big hug and said, "Want to run?" And we've been together now 7 straight years. He was with me at Utah, and 6 years here, and a whole bunch of rings together. And he's college football. We've been there forever. And he choked me up. And also Steve Dodson, what he's gone through this year, and disappointments in offense. To see, he's my best friend.